The Balls. When people hear their name, it is very polarizing. Hearing the name, seeing one of them on the court, or especially hearing from father LaVar Ball is the basketball equivalent to the Kardashians. LaVar Ball is the Kris Jenner of the NBA. No one likes them, they run the show, they're loud, obnoxious, and vindictive. But without them, there would be no show, no drama, no excitement, and no potential. Unfortunately, the heat that is directed at the parents gets fire-rocketed at the children. Just look at the mess and debacle from when Lonzo Ball tried to leave Big Baller Brand. And now, this draft class, there is another Ball, younger brother to Lonzo, LaMelo Ball. LaMelo has taken a different route than his older brother Lonzo, who played at UCLA, was drafted number 2 overall by the Lakers, and then traded to the New Orleans Pelicans in the Anthony Davis deal. LaMelo, on the other hand, is different. Took a different road, and will probably be better. So I can go into why LaMelo is every bit worth the overall number 1 pick. But that's not what we are exploring here today. What we are talking about is why the Warriors, if available, should avoid LaMelo Ball. But before we jump in, please remember that if you've enjoyed the video thus far and can't wait to see why the Warriors should not try to draft LaMelo Ball with the 2nd overall pick in the draft, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons and make sure to tell your friends and family about the journey we are about to embark on. Now, let's dive in a bit deeper. There are 3 reasons why the Golden State Warriors should avoid drafting LaMelo Ball. They are, he doesn't shoot well, he hasn't played more than 1 season for a team, and he's part of the Ball family, which means you will see and hear a whole lot from Father LaVar. But before we dive into those reasons, let's very quickly look at why he is a top lottery pick. LaMelo Ball has amazing size for a point guard. He's validly 6 foot 7 inches to 6 foot 8 inches. His court vision and handles with the ball are what teams would love to have. He's a better and taller version of his brother Lonzo. He can be a top passer, and every bit the passer his brother Lonzo is. Plus, I really like how he has been playing and developing his game with grown men around the globe. It makes me think of Luka, Kristaps, and many other foreign-bred ballers. They come over ready to play day 1, and I think he will too. But with all of this said, why should the Warriors avoid LaMelo Ball? He can't shoot well. He's going to have to really work on improving his shot if he wants to gain some longevity and respect in this league. And there is no doubt that over time he can do so. A lot of people come in with a weak shot and improve it over time. But right now, he just has an odd release. And when he lets it fly, it doesn't go in too often. Unfortunately, with LaMelo Ball, his inconsistent shooting is going to be a negative talking point going into the draft, and may end up hurting his stock. Why is that bad for the Warriors? Well, even though he could develop the shot over time, the Warriors are in a win-now mode. Drafting and holding on to LaMelo doesn't fit that narrative. Not only couldn't he keep up with their shooting as he would be getting open looks, but it would give the opposing defense time to double team or hover the Splash Brothers, while making LaMelo a liability. It would be a toxic mix for both parties involved. Not only that, but his strong suits are also Steph's, except Steph is one of the world's best. So essentially, they would be drafting a backup for Curry at this point, and they can get that in a cheaper and more productive way from Isaiah Thomas. With his shooting woes front and center, that would be the first strike for the Warriors as far as drafting him. Secondly, LaMelo hasn't played for a team for more than 1 season. This is rather important as the Golden State Warriors thrive off of balance, chemistry, and knowing what the other guy is going to do. That kind of familiarity is something that will be hard for him to get thrusted into. Plus, LaMelo has had a pretty interesting childhood and family upbringing. He is kind of like an untrained dog that you want because it's so adorable, but then you quickly realize that that is a ton of work. And not in a good way because he hasn't been exposed to a lot. Now, that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be drafted. That would be outrageous because people change and grow, especially around the right leadership like they have in San Francisco with Steve Kerr. But as stated before, the Warriors want to win now. Ball has not spent more than 1 season with the team since leaving Chino Hills in California. Also, if he doesn't vibe, then you risk wasting a 2nd overall draft pick on LaMelo Ball. And like I said before, the Warriors are on a win now at all costs road. This is strike 2. Lastly, the biggest reason the Warriors should avoid LaMelo Ball is that he comes with baggage. Loud, obnoxious, polarizing, cocky, and, did I mention loud, baggage, known as his father. And I am not going to go into what LaVar has already done, but I will talk about what he could do on the sidelines of Golden State. Let's remember, not even the Lakers could keep him from the media, sports talk shows, and blabbing his mouth like a clown. Let me paint a picture for you. Let's say that LaVar Ball says something obnoxious to the media a day before a game. He says something along the lines, My son LaMelo is the future of the team, and they need to include him more. They need to let him develop more, and Steve Kerr needs to allow the offense to run through him. Now, most people will ignore the crazy talk, but the Warriors already come with a loud-mouthed, brash, and in-your-face guy, and that's Draymond Green. Just before the start of the game, Draymond decides to stroll by the sideline where LeVar is and give him his 2 cents. From there is a little back and forth. Now LaMelo is caught in the middle and deemed a cancer. He will not be able to grow well, and the Warriors can't win with that mess. And as I stated a few times now, the Warriors should not be drafting LaMelo Ball. Strike 3, LaMelo is out. LaMelo is a great talent with a bright future, but in the NBA, it is all about systems and fits. And honestly, even though you can probably fit high schoolers or amateurs into the Dubs system, LaMelo is not a good fit for them.